So, is the world of trading cards dying off? Well, we're going to answer that question. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So we're going to have a discussion with everything that I'm seeing in all of the trading card game worlds, from our friends over at Grand Archive to, you know, the card fight vanguards, all the way out to what else we got over here? We got the Zucos of the Y Schwarz world. We got the Magic of the Gatherings. We have the universes. What's going on with all these? The Pokemons, the Yu-Gi-Ohs. Yeah. So here's the thing. All right. The world of trading card games, it's not exactly doing bad right now. Disney Lorcana has proven that if there was one sector of one card game that is destroying all expectations, it has been Disney Lorcana. And I think right now, with as many new card games that have kind of entered into the market here, you're seeing something interesting. People are looking at the bad things that have happened to all the other trading card games. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Hasn't had good formats. The set product this year has been the most that has ever been printed. If the price of bulk is driving down, you kind of look around the room here and you go, huh, you know, maybe things aren't quite the most exciting they've been. And, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game players in general, right now, they're curious about the other games. And that's called the exploration phase, right? They're like, ooh, Disney Lorcana, let's go on over here and see what's going on here. Now, eventually, most of them will return back to some other card game. You know, One Piece has been another very famous one as late. I would actually say, besides, okay, let's be honest here for a second, Pokemon is still going to remain at the top of the food chain. There's nothing that's going to change that argument whatsoever. All right, Pokemon at the end of the day, incredible monster. I will say, though, that the Pokemon market, besides every single person in the Facebook groups, every time you try to sell something, everybody, this is a personal rant for a second, please bear with me. They're always like, centered, can I get pictures of the front and back? When you say near mint, is that mint? If you were to grade the card, is it going to... It's like, oh, I just want to sell my card. And here you are, you're like, I need pictures of the front and back. I need your personal opinion on if you were to get it graded. Well, if I thought it was going to get graded really good and I had the money, wouldn't I just go grade it myself? At this point in time, I'm just trying to sell a stupid $20 card, and you're over here. You got your phone out on the, you got the 50 zoom going, and you're like, I noticed that there's a little speck of dirt under the card. These are the, this is why I don't really deal a lot in the... I'd rather just go sell my cards on TCG Player than have the Mr. Inspector 9000 zooming in on the Super Enhanso lens telling me that the tiny slightest off on the card makes it worth nothing. And they'll try to buy it from you for 20%, even though you can get more on TCG listing it as light play. But Pokemon collectors are entirely different. We're not touching that. Oh, no. So where does that leave us with the you know, Pokemon's still top dog. I mean, Disney Lorcana has come into the market. It has smashed a lot of things. You have One Piece, which has drawn a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players away from it. And the point of this video is the player base itself is an entity. All right. You know, the biggest thing that Konami needs to do is they need to capture your interest. They want you to continue playing the game. They want you to be a loyal customer. But when a competitor is luring you away, you know, ooh, fresh new excitement out here, then that's where you start to see people go, huh, you know, maybe I do want to go try out this other card game. You know, maybe there's a little bit more excitement over here, and then you kind of see everybody going, ooh, la-di-da-di-da, and then, you know, you're seeing the player bases rotate right now. Reason why I say Yu-Gi-Oh's not doing too good is, well, you got One Piece going strong, Lorcana going strong. Pokemon community's backed off a little bit. Magic bombshelled itself a long time ago. It's fine. They're recovering. They dug their own grave quite a little while ago. They're coming back out of it. It's taking its time, but Yu-Gi-Oh is first of all, we don't have an anime. That's a big problem at the end of the day. They've released the most product that they've ever released in a year. This year, by the way, you might not have realized that I did mention the price of bulk is going down. So if the vendor class isn't wanting to, to pay the rates that we were seeing previously, because they're like, stock is worthless now. Like, what's the point? That's kind of what's going on right now. You pulled the Wizards of the Coast, Konami. You reprint Oblivion too much into the ground. Yeah, and, I'm sure Rarity Collection's going to draw people back in. Right now, the game is going through the deep decline in price, which we have to wait and see. I mean, price point being cheaper, if I can build a meta deck for under $100, oh, you can bet your butt people are going to get excited to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! That's just how it is, all right? Price point is everything, especially if I'm looking at a competitor like Lorcana who's doesn't have enough cards in circulation, or you're spending $1,000 to build a deck. That is an entirely different creature in and itself. So that's a lot to really consider right now. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going through the transitional. We're going to bump everything down in price while the game kind of sets up for its next evolution of power creep. If there was ever a chance to want to get into the game, it's right now. If you're somebody that's, sitting here on standby and you're like, hey, I'm not really feeling it today, Mr. Krabs. And you're like, well, I understand that. I understand that not wanting... The game's not for everybody at the moment. There's always going to be the Yu-Gi-Oh! Boomer squad out here. It's like, no, I'd rather just go play Goat, or the game's too fast, or X complaint, this is an Edison format. I mean, you got an old fossil like me that adapted to the game. I'm way better at older formats than I am with current modern, but... you don't see me complaining about these sorts of things. I'm still playing. I'm still doing my thing out here. So, in the trading card game world, the market is returning back to normal. Thank you, economic situation. The big old spinny daisy, upsy roundsy, big old free money of 2022, our crash and all that fun stuff. Things are finally returning to normal. I was watching a Pokemon YouTuber the other day. They're talking about, Pokemon product finally feels normal to open again. And I do kind of agree. It's when you look at a card game whose price point was so crazy for so long, and you saw all the cheap cards because people people just wanted to open the product into Oblivion, and now people are kind of throttling back a little bit on how much is in circulation, how much they're acquiring, and things like that. You start to see more of that acceptable. You're probably going to see a little bit of a price increase in things, but that's just how it is. I think going forward into 2024, you're going to see some very interesting things with the market, as per usual. I mean, it's just another day in the office when it comes to these sorts of things. So, what have you noticed that has been a little bit weird? Also, all these new trading card games kind of coming into the market, it's given people, they didn't pick necessarily some of the best times to come on in, but more variety proves to people that, hey, there are more options available. Hey, looking around here, if you don't like a certain game or you don't like how things are going right now, go take a break from it. Come on over to our side of, the pie and see what's going on out here. That choice has never been better right now. Now, there's always like the long-term factor and, what's going to stick around the longest for sure. But you've got a lot of things to kind of make your decision based on that. And obviously, the big three, Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Are always going to stick around here in the long haul as well. So, choices. They're a very strange concept. We make them each and every day. Whether or not we choose to sleep in an extra 5 minutes, go out and do our daily routine or change something up. But that is where we're at right now. So, what card games are you playing at the moment? I actually am very kind of curious to see how people are valuing things at the moment. What are the most exciting things that, have your attention out here? So please, do take a couple seconds, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys are thinking. And I still have not, as of filming this, had a chance to touch a single Lorcana card. You guys have a good rest of your day. All right, peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.